Each one of these red dots and the click sound represents an action that was taken by my mouse over the course of a 72-hour period where I recorded 2 screens to capture 20 hours of web development, 1,200 minutes. A client asked me once, is there any way that you can show what you do? So I decided to record 2 of my 5 screens during this development project. What's captured here may not exactly be full stack development, but it's certainly what it looks like from the perspective of a developer's screen. Now, over the course of working on projects, what we actually have are hundreds of little changes. Here on the right, we have a code pane. In this case, CSS is being written. And on the left, a mobile development and inspect element screen. This includes live screen sessions where the final product, a landing page, was fine-tuned with the client. What we have here is agile web development. Client needs and website technology changes so rapidly that systems need continual maintenance, updates, revisions, changes, and enhancements. An 8-month task list can easily evolve from a 2-hour project into an 80-hour project. So as it turns out, what web development really is are hundreds of small changes which take place over an extended period of time and are all documented. For example, every task list that accompanies a project includes a date, a project note, along with a detailed description of exactly what was done. This is then followed by the amount of time that it took and whether or not a payment was made or it was waived as a courtesy. Every action is tracked in this way. For example, here is a phone call at a specific date and time, which lasted exactly 14 minutes and was of course waived as a courtesy. As the project evolves, every action that is taken is given a new line with a detailed description. For example, on this date and time, the client requested a revision to the proposal. If we move down the page and we get into the actual billable labor, we'll find that an initial deposit kicks off the project, and that's where the real coding and development work begins. So, for example, on this specific day and time, this project and task was initiated, which took exactly 45 minutes. This methodology is known as agile web development, and it exists because clients change their minds so often and technology changes so rapidly that creating software shouldn't be an entirely sequential process. And as it turns out, it isn't sequential either. We end up with one big long marathon, each day, each task, and each month blurring into the next. Let's closely examine this particular run here. From 5:13 to 5:17, a series of text messages were sent out that requested revisions and changes be made to the campaign, as well as monitoring for any new updates. Now, waiving a few of these text messages that are only 3 minutes apiece is no big deal. But over the course of a 12-month period, if 100 of those comes through, that's 300 minutes of labor. In this particular case, each of these items was waived, and the only thing that was considered billable labor were the actual development actions that were taken. But this is also where the agile web development model shines. For example, in order to accomplish this series of tasks over this period, using the traditional development model, an entirely new paperwork phase complete with research, estimate, sign-off, and deposit would have used up a large amount of human resources. And that's a really inefficient way to do things. A better way to go about this is to offer the client a credit line with no finance fee. It acts just like a bar tab. This allows clients the ability to order up new web development projects as simply as they would a basket of fries at a restaurant. It also opens up the possibility for financing websites. Monthly automated payments are handled by PayPal, the work goes on the task list, and simply gets done. And that's a wrap. Thanks for watching.